What's going on, everybody? Happy Super Bowl Eve. Um, as you know, we right now we got Bruce and myself. Unfortunately, the OG wasn't able to make it at family functions, so we got a lot to talk about. We got Super Bowl coming through. We got the Goodell Press, and we got international games actually being displayed. So hey, keep in t- uh, keep in touch. Welcome to that fantasy show. Here we go. Again, welcome to that fantasy show. My name is Ciozi, aka the Prime One, the commish. Next to me is this year's champ, aka Bruce Wayne, aka JT, aka Fried Chicken Antidote. I don't know what the antidote is. He's more of a poison, but we still
What is going on, my man?
Another day, another dollar. Again, for those who are watching, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. So we are on things. We are actually not Thanksgiving. We are the Super Bowl Eve. I'm sure everybody's getting ready for the Super Bowl parties. Hopefully, you still have some sick time left to where you can call off that Monday, or you are smart enough to put it.
The Monday after the Super Bowl should be a national fucking holiday.
Everybody's been talking about that. That's the big thing. Everybody's been talking about the day after the Super Bowl should be a national holiday.
Right. Like the NFL is so big that legitimately it is one of the most called off days in America is the day after the Super Bowl. But then again, 9 months after the Super Bowl is also
that I'm not going to lie about that you know everybody that's either had a Super Bowl party either calls off the next day or they had the vacation time. Again, I totally agree, but I'm sure if you're smart enough until whatever presidency or whatever needs to be done to actually say, hey, we need this as a national holiday the day after the Super Bowl.
Like that might actually get somebody elected.
It probably would.
That might actually get somebody elected right there.
It probably would. But then you have other things that's going to sport events that people are going to actually talk about. Well, if that's a national holiday, then why isn't this a national holiday? And why isn't that? I mean, you have, I'm trying to think. What's the big soccer event? Is it the World
Cup?
Right. So I mean, you could probably have people saying, "Hey, we should have vacation time for the World Cup."
That's a different story though. Like the World Cup is big everywhere else. We just participate. It's coming from a soccer player. We participate in the World Cup.
Right.
It is not as big as the Super Bowl. And again, I'm not talking about worldwide. It needs to be a holiday. I'm just talking about here in America.
So, and I understand that, but you had that one person in America that's going to say, well, if the Super Bowl should be the day after the Super Bowl is a day off, then we should have this.
But they can piss off.
Somebody's going to actually be that person to want to veto that because of that.
That's fine. They can want it all. They can want theirs all they want. It is not near as big as the NFL or the Super Bowl.
I'm not put it this way. I'm not gonna argue with that. Again, I hate to say it. Sometimes I gotta play devil's advocate just to make sure that we cover both ends. But
it's bad when it comes out both ends.
But one of the things that they do talk about with Super Bowl weekend, that's when Roger Goodell decides to have his press conference to discuss the state of the NFL.
Right.
And I guess some of the things, like I said, my question is, he's been in since 2006.
Uh-oh.
My question to you, how do you feel Goodell has actually affected the league? Do you feel as though he's made the league more popular? Is it meh? Or is it just, you know what? It's just too many issues going for me to enjoy the game.
It's the NFL. Like, I don't think Roger Goodell has hurt the NFL. I don't know how he is obviously. Well, he's obviously helped the owners. Roger Goodell is there to take the flack that the owners don't want. That's what Goodell is there for.
That's the commissioner, yeah.
Right. But he is not like he has. I wouldn't say he's grown the game, but he has made them a much wider footprint over the world. Being a part of the NFL.
I get that, especially since he's made the game grow internationally, which is I would probably say a big thing to where now you're playing more. Like I said, he's added international games. Now with him doing this, I got a question. Do you think they will ever do the Super Bowl overseas? And the reason I bring this up, think about the WWE.
Right.
Like I said, WrestleMania. The Royal Rumble has always been within the states. All the major pay-per-view events from the WWE, which is basically SummerSlam, the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and what is it? SummerSlam, Survivor Series, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble.
Right.
Those are the 4 major pay-per-views every year. And they usually are within the states. So, and now since they've had like the little small pay-per-views, they usually would do them overseas at some time. But this is one of the major ones that they did the Royal Rumble overseas.
Yeah, but it was that dirty oil money that got them over there.
Well, true, but also you got to think about it this way. We now have, and this is one thing I want to pull up and see that I actually bring it up. I swore I did. I swore I put it on here. I didn't. So, but I do have. Let me go and put this on here. See if I can find it. The actual. So with the league, they actually did provide the new.
Yeah, words.
I know, my fault. They did provide the new locations that they're doing the international games, and they're doing it's like 9 games this next year.
Oh, at some point, like every team is going to play at least 1 game overseas, if not 2. Because it's going to be one of the things of getting there. They'll probably have them as far out as they can, and then just work them back.
Well, shoot. I gonna say I agree with that, but damn, hold on, give me a second because I'm mad. I swore I had it added on, and I don't see it. I'm mad at myself. Let me slap myself.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
We'll wait.
I appreciate that.
Go ahead. No, we're waiting for you to slap yourself. Go ahead.
Like I said, I appreciate that. You jerk. Oh, dang. Come on.
I slap myself all the time. Sometimes you got to. You got to keep yourself.
Yeah, I seen it bowling wise. Yes.
No, those are punches, not slaps.
Yeah,
I'm mad, Simple Green. Yeah, those are punches.
So you gotta get yourself back. You gotta get your star player back in line. Focus up.
It's that 11-3.
Yeah, they're gonna eventually. Like I don't know if it's gonna be like NFL Europe all over again, but like probably in the next 10 years there'll be at least 4 teams overseas. At that point, like if they can grow and that's horrible thinking. Like there's already enough teams. There's what, 32?
Yeah.
Right? Like four more if you put them overseas. That's 36 teams, right? You go another 4. That's 40 damn teams in the NFL. That's just God. You need like 20 game season. Then you add on the playoffs and the Super Bowl. And at that point, like, if they can get at least 8 teams overseas, then I could see the Super Bowl being moved over there. But that's few and far between, dude.
True.
I can see within the next 10 years at least 4 teams. But again, they tried that with NFL Europe, right? I mean, I think they tried for a whole league over there, and there wasn't the NFL didn't have that presence like they do now.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like NFL Europe. It was basically, and I'm not trying to be funny, it was basically UFL.
Right, you were not wrong. Well, that, and you had people playing the game that legitimately had just picked it up. Feel me? You didn't have guys that had been playing since they were little kids joining in and playing in NFL Europe. Like, they were thrown together teams just to try to make a buck.
Right.
Right. Like, if you actually get teams over there, they're part of the draft. They're going to get American players over there. Now, that being said, as an American player being drafted by one of those teams, would you really want to go, like, uproot everything you do and go overseas to play?
Well, okay, here it is. My bad. Here it is. Damn, wrong place. All right, so here's the actual ones that they're doing this year. So you have the London games. They got 3 games in London, 1 in Spain, 1 in Australia. You got Mexico City. You got Germany, Paris, France, and Rio, Brazil.
That is you're talking about going to Australia. Is it Melbourne? Yeah. That's insanity. I mean, you're talking about a team is going to be gone. Like, they're going to lose both their bye weeks doing that. Going to Australia to play a game.
Well, technically, here's what it is. And the funny thing, they've already got that team set up. It's the Rams and the 49ers.
Okay. It makes their trip a little less.
I guess for them, it would be like going from New York to London.
Right, but I think it's still like almost a 24-hour trip. Like, just 24 hours on the plane. Right? Not only are you switching time zones, but you're switching equators.
Well, you better get a bigger plane. Most teams now have their own personal planes.
I understand that, but, like, dude, like that, you're going to have to need the week before is going to be a bye, then the game, and then the week after is going to be a bye.
Well, like I said, that's something they will probably work out with those teams. What they'll probably do, they'll play like a Monday night game. Have that, I won't say have that bye, but they'll probably be that Monday night game.
Right.
Then they go over there, they play, and then they get that bye week.
But that's
or they'll have that bye week. Or they had that bye week to get there. Then once the game is done, then they had to send them back. Either way, like I said, you're right. It is going to be a trip. But like I said, it is something to where the game is getting more notoriety.
That you're going to go to Australia where they already have Australian rules football. Which, I mean, is essentially rugby with some extra shit. It's no different than Canadian football.
True, but again, the NFL game is becoming so popular,
right?
That now, like I said, this is something that they're now doing exhibition games overseas. I think it would probably make sense if you did it preseason, but I guess the big money would be if you have an exhibition game because you see the star players. It's not like the star players are not going to, if you're doing the preseason, star players ain't playing. If you're doing the regular season, your regular season is going to play. He's still fighting to get more games added. They're still trying to do this 18 game season.
Oh yes. Yeah, they're talking about losing a preseason game just to add another game.
They were still sticking to where instead of now being 3 preseason games, it'll be 2 preseason games.
Right.
But again, the bigger the schedule, you not have to realize everybody said, well, they're making this much money, they're making that much money. But again, you also have to realize this. With them adding another game and shortening the preseason, it is now extending the roster. So you're
extending the roster
players. Because you basically have 50? You have 54 players on the team now, right?
54-man rosters, right?
Right, yeah, 54-man roster. So most likely it's now taking it to where if you add another season, if you add another game, I'm assuming that if that's the case, then they're going to extend the actual roster to at least 63.
Oh yes. It gives more people a chance, but again, by adding another game, you're adding that extra.
You're creating more money. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're creating more of a payroll.
You're creating that extra opportunity for injury as well.
Right. You're doing that, but on top of that, you're also adding, like I said, business-wise, it's like, okay, we want to do an 18-game season. Yeah, it's going to be this much money, but you also got to realize, okay, we're now adding more players. So now not only are we adding more players, we're adding more injuries, we're adding more medical stuff. So it to me, it's like, okay, so basically you're extending the season, but you're also adding more expenses. So even though you're making more money, you're also making more expenses. I'm not trying to take anything away from that, but that's how I look at it.
That extra game is probably worth more than what the expenditure would be. They wouldn't talk about the game if they were going to lose money.
Yeah, fantasy football. I don't mind it. Gives me 9 games. That just means I got to all that means that I'm doing the church service a little early. I'm doing 8:30 service,
right?
So, and I'm doing it online. So I won't be making it personally, but I'll be watching.
Do that noise. He's sitting right next to me watching football too.
Say what?
If Jesus is everywhere, he's sitting right next to me watching football too.
Exactly. But to be on the good side, I'm still taking that service in. Yeah, I heard the word, and you know what? I made it just in time for kickoff. Let's go. Like I said, yeah, that was the other news that, the 49ers will be playing in it'll be the 49ers and Rams. They'll be playing in Australia. That'll be the first game ever played in Australia. And then you also have the first game that's being played in Paris, France. Now, also, the Jets hired Frank Wright as the offensive coordinator. Now, the Jets have been cleaning house.
Oh, yes.
So I don't know if it's Glenn doing it or management. I don't know if them seeing to where every quarterback that they've picked up has actually succeeded when they left. But with Frank Wright, he has a nice resume. He was offensive coordinator with the Eagles when they won the Super Bowl. He was the head coach for the Colts, head coach for the Panthers. So he does bring that head coaching experience, even though it's not needed. But he does have history of actually being part of a championship team. And when you can actually say you're the man that beat Tom Brady, it's far and few people that can in the Super Bowl. There's far and few people that can actually say that. Then on top of that, I got news today. Captain Kirk's going to be released.
Really?
Kirk Cousins, he will be released in March.
Damn.
So basically, because free agency begins March 11th. So I'm assuming that they're going to actually release him before the actual, just in time for free agency, so they have to pay that. They don't have to pay that extra money.
Right? Yeah, they don't want to pay the roster bonus.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, Captain Kirk got money stacked.
Oh, yes.
Whoever his agent is, you need to shake his hand. And I'm not gonna lie, his wife, make sure that none of that money is spent. She shops. Dude, when she actually says she shops at J.C. Penney's for his clothes to be sent.
But you also got to remember, though, the Commanders screwed that up because it was Captain Kirk, right? That they fucking franchise tag 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
So yeah, he got money. He got more money than Jesus at this point.
Man, put it this way: before he even was doing that franchise tag, he bought his when he got his paycheck. His first car was an Astro van that he bought from his grandmother.
Right.
And he that was the car he drove the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. But even when you watch if you watch quarterbacks, if you seen how Kirk was living, he lives like a.
He lives a modest lifestyle, right?
Huh?
He lives a modest lifestyle.
Yeah, I want to say basically when you look at his house, it's like, oh, okay. So you probably look at a family that's been together for years, saved up their money, and then they got a nice house. And this is like out in Minnesota. Oh, he choking everybody. You all right there?
We good.
All right. But if they do these Kirk Cousins in March, what team do you feel is going to be knocking on this door?
Ooh. Well, Browns probably.
Okay.
God. But he's an older quarterback too, though. Vegas is gonna need somebody. Fucking Arizona.
Bengals still got Joe.
No. Vegas.
Oh.
Like Vegas is gonna need somebody. Gino's obviously not the answer, right? And whatever rookie they're going to ruin him next year. So I can see Vegas grabbing him. Arizona might take him, right? Because Kyler Murray's not much longer for this world as it is.
That wouldn't be bad. You could probably do that in a trade. Kirk Cousins to Arizona, Kyler Murray to Atlanta.
But no, because Atlanta's trying to fuck with Penix, aren't they?
Penix is because right now they just got Stefanski. So I really wouldn't know what Stefanski's idea is with getting with having Penix.
Right.
I don't know if they're looking at getting quarterbacks, because if they get another quarter, I'm like, damn, you just got two quarterbacks in 3 years.
Oh yeah, the Browns have never done that. Good saying.
But he playing for the Browns now. He playing for the Falcons. He playing for it. And honestly, and this is how I truly feel. Technically, the NFC South, I will probably say I don't want to say it's the easiest division to win. But if you look at the teams that's there,
setting the world on fire.
You have a chance to actually take an advantage. With Atlanta, I do feel as though they are probably one of the teams that have a better chance between them and Carolina. Because even with Carolina, okay, Bryce Young is now he's showing potential. You guys, offensive rookie of the year, Tatoria that actually is there. The only thing I'll probably say is needed is an actual running game. Granted, yes, Rico Dotto actually did some things this year, but I still feel as though you need that home run threat. And right. I think Rico is a decent quarterback. I mean, running back. He's been good in Dallas. He's been good in Tennessee. He just, I still wouldn't call him a premier back. But
right,
he is somebody, like I said, with Charlotte, they're a sign away from getting a good free agent. I mean, a good running back. Hell, they might end up getting Breece Hall.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's with Atlanta. I mean, that's with Carolina. Like I said, Atlanta's probably the only one. Maybe Tampa Bay. Other than that, New Orleans, I think they're starting from scratch again.
Tampa Bay is very inconsistent. Like they are not a bad team. They just lose focus. Is the biggest thing with Tampa Bay. I think it's all around. It's coaching down, from coaching to the players. Like they're just very inconsistent as a team.
Well, now that they've had Todd Bowles, I'm glad that he's keeping his job again, because he's still giving promise to say, okay, look, we done won the division, we're going to the playoffs, so I'm doing something right. Right now we had some injuries. We have potential players. Mike Evans is getting old, so I don't know if they're going to re-sign him again because he's a free agent. You have Emeka Egbuka, who actually started off hot and just kind of faded, I don't want to say phased out or
rookie
using him or whatever the reason was. But we do see that he'll probably get better throughout that time as well. But yeah, like I said, we're definitely once March comes, that's gonna be a nice, interesting topic. So let's talk Super Bowl. We talked about it. We talked a little bit about it earlier last week at the end of the show. Let's bring up the actual. We got the Super Bowl matchups, so we'll pull that up. So here's the actual matchups. We got the Patriots and Seahawks. I don't know if DraftKings is still doing like the Super Bowl fantasy players, to where you can play cool. You can pick players and get points off that to whoever wins it. Like I said, you got your key players here with Drake May, Stephon Diggs, Trevion Henderson, Mac Hollins, Hunter Henry, and Ramondre Stevens. And then with the Seahawks, you got Sam Darnold, Kenneth Walker, Jack Smith and Jigba, Rashid Shaheed, Cooper Kupp. And I do feel as though with the actual factors with this game, I do believe it's who's going to strike first and who's going to strike last. Who strikes first, whoever has the ball last. With Stephon Diggs, is he going to solidify himself as is he going to be the man in this game? He has a chance to actually do that. And then, like I said, with the actual matchup, you have New England's ground and pound versus Seattle's balanced aerial, to where they can get you either on the air or on the ground. And lastly, how does Seattle react? This is going to be Seattle's first game not playing in Seattle. So how can they play? How would they play without being on the without the 12th member, without playing in Seattle?
But you also got to remember, though, the Patriots have won all their road games. And, technically, it's not an actual road game, but they're not playing in Foxborough.
Right.
So, that could be one of the helping factors, is that they're not so much phased about going somewhere to play.
Yeah. So okay, matchup for matchup, who do you have winning it? Who are you pretty much? Oh, you've been saying go Patriots. So or are you doing that just to be a jackass?
No, I'm more trolling Seattle for throwing the ball on the one and not handing it to Marshawn Lynch. Are you kidding me? I don't care how long ago it was. That doesn't ever get old.
No.
Just give the ball to Lynch.
The funny thing, a lot of people that's been a excuse me. Excuse me. Damn. The funny thing that all this week, that's been the conversations on ESPN, Dan Patrick, Pat McAfee, any sports show when they call this, they've been bringing that up.
All I'm gonna say is that, like, you heard it here first, like when the playoffs started, that this was gonna happen. And I swear to God, if it does actually happen, I might start a church. I'm so saying. I'm just saying.
Man, dude, he said I might start a church.
Might start a church. Might start handing the plate out. We'll figure it out. There'll be a Dixie plate at that.
Right now, this is how honestly, this is how I truly feel. Now, when it came, and somebody actually brought this up, that with you got one is not Pete Carroll's not the coach of this team anymore.
You are correct.
I think with Pete Carroll, he wanted Russell Wilson to be the MVP. And if Russell would have threw that ball and had the touchdown, he was guaranteed MVP. If Marshawn Lynch ran that ball in, Beast Mode was getting that MVP.
Yes.
And I think that's basically what it was. Carroll wanted Russell Wilson to get the MVP. That's the biggest thing I could. I don't blame Russ for it. It's not. I don't think it's into that. I think with this coach, if it does come down to it, he's going to look at, hey, I'm trying to win the damn game. I don't care who gets the MVP. Whoever runs the ball, whoever play I call, I want to execute it.
Right. But so, it's still just you're 1 yard away.
We get it.
QB snug it. I don't give a good goddamn. You get a QB snug it and like just kept the ball on the ground.
I get it. Everybody has that. Everybody's putting that actual thing in about, whoa, he should have did this, he should have did that. You are absolutely right. I am not taking that away from anybody's decision. However, I am saying that, you can't put that all on Russ. Like I said, if anybody, it was Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll wanted Russell Wilson to get the MVP because whatever second was left on that game, whoever scored was going to be the MVP.
Right.
Whether Russell Wilson threw the ball or whether it was Marshawn Lynch that ran it in. If you wanted to co-MVP, you could have just did a play action pass to Marshawn Lynch and let him run it in. There you go. Russell Wilson throws the winning pass. Guess who? To Beast Mode. There you go.
Or you turn around and hand him the ball, and he runs the damn thing in, and Seattle's got another damn title.
Either way, like I said, I agree. But if you wanted to make them both happy, look, Russ, throw the ball to Beast. Beast, you take it in. There you go.
You know what makes people happy? A big ass ring that says Super Bowl champ.
I'm about to say what makes it happy is a tomahawk steak, mashed potatoes with gravy, and some some steamed corn out in Vegas.
I mean, I'll take a tomahawk steak. I'm all right.
You say what makes people happy, if that don't make you happy, a tomahawk steak with some mashed potatoes and gravy, some steamed broccoli, and you only paid $20 for it in Vegas.
I'm just saying, you hand that ball off, Seattle's got a ring. They did what they did, and the Pats got another one. One thing I can honestly say, they didn't cheat to win that one.
I don't know. I think they might have looked at the. I think they might have saw the actual.
But that gets put back to the side burner because fuck Pete Carroll won't be a moron and not just hand the ball off. Anyway, Pats are going to win. They're going to get down there to the one. Sam Darnold's probably going to throw a pick and it's going to get ran back and the Pats win.
I do feel as though so here's let's play devil's advocate on both ends.
Okay.
If the Patriots win, what happens to Sam Darnold? How Sam Darnold look? How's
the quarterback? Fucking Seattle, but I think it's really going to come down to the running game in in the actual game is going to come down to the running game, and I don't know if Seattle has the manpower. Like they can't just give it to Kenneth Walker the whole time, right? At least in New England, they've got Stevenson and Henderson that they can both turn around and just hand the ball to.
Right. Charbonnet got hurt, but that doesn't mean they didn't have a back. They don't have a backup running back. But we understand that Kenneth Walker is probably going to get majority of the touches.
Right. I don't know. One dude can't. It is running back by committee anymore. Right. One dude can't do it all.
Right.
We're trying to prolong their careers, and one dude cannot do it all in the backfield.
So
Luke McCaffrey. Why do you think he's always good?
Oh, yeah, I do agree with that. Especially when it's to where you look at say that's a different story with McCaffrey. Again, San Francisco did something completely different than McCaffrey. The same thing they did with Carolina. It sucked. And this is how I looked at it with McCaffrey. Because you had weapons, you were actually able to use them. Now you want to make him your primary weapon. No, that's the thing. What made y'all so good is because you actually had a balanced attack. You can go deep, you can go mid, and you can actually run the ball, and nobody could stop you because they didn't know how it was being played. You got George Kittle as your tight end. You had Deebo Samuel. You had Brandon Ayuk. You had I'm trying to think the other wide receiver. You had Juan Jordan. I think Juan James coming out. That was the backup running back. Wide receiver. So you had a deep play. You had a deep field of weapons to where I was like, okay, what do we want to do? Oh, let's do the play action, throw the Kittle. Oh, let's just do the play action. We can go deep.
But yeah, let's run
the ball.
Right, so but with McCaffrey because he does produce every time he touches the ball.
Well, that's a good thing. But on top of that, like I said, when you have those weapons like that, that's when you can actually do the pick your poison.
Right. But again, San Francisco, they already lost, because they just tried to use McCaffrey and that was it.
Right. But my thing is this. So let's say Seattle loses,
right,
and the Patriots win.
Mm-hmm.
What is being looked at as Sam Darnold and the rest of the Seahawks?
Darnold did a hell of a job. Darnold, the entire team has done well. But yeah, if they lose, they'll probably just end up running it back. Right? They'll add some pieces in the draft and try to get something through free agency, but they're just going to run it back with what they got.
So you feel as though, because the funny thing is that a lot of people are saying that with Drake, let's say if Drake May loses, a lot of people saying with Drake May is that because he's so young in his career, this is just house money. He'll be back.
Yeah, they did that with Marino too.
Right, but you had it with Marino, you had it with Cam, you had it with I even said you had it with McNabb. It just came to a certain time to where you just didn't come back.
Yep.
So it's kind of like, so with Drake, if he loses, my thing is with Drake, okay, if he does,
how do you build around? Just going to fuel their fire. How do
you build around that?
Right.
Because you have great weapons in Travion Henderson, a rookie. You have great weapons in Drake May, who is your second year starter, who basically is showing that he's ahead of his class,
right?
His draft class. The only thing that's missing is a wide receiver. Now, if this, like I said, a deep threat, I'm not taking anything away from Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is a great wide receiver.
But he's getting a little longer too.
He's a seasoned wide receiver. He's been through a few ACL and MCL surgeries. So even within it, are we looking to, grab somebody in the draft? Well, to be honestly, I'll probably say if the Patriots lose, and I'm not saying they will.
They won't.
Free agency is going to be banging their door down to get players on their team. Because you got a young quarterback, you got a young running back, you got a young running back group. And like I said, to be honestly, picking Trayvon Henderson, in the draft was a steal. They've done this before, even when they picked up Sony Michel from Georgia. That was a steal. And it's like, well, I don't know what it is with New England and grabbing these wide receivers out there, but you actually have they've had decent careers. So now that you actually have a good running back, a good quarterback, you just need to find a wide receiver young enough to where Stephon Diggs can mentor, and y'all got that 1-2 punch. Mac Hollins has been in the league for a while, but it's like all your players are pretty much veterans.
Yes. Except for that backfield. Like you said, that backfield is really young. They just need to spread it out and get it to the outside where the folks on the outside are catching. You don't need all of them to be youngins, right? Like you do want to build around it, but like you do need to bring in some veteran individuals.
True. So now that we done talk sports about Super Bowl, let's talk about the meat of the Super Bowl. What do you look towards to on the Super Bowl?
Oh, I don't give a shit. Fucking it with the way things are, it is a community event. It is not something that you're technically supposed to do. You shouldn't do it alone. Like it's one of them things where you sit and with a bunch of fucking people and just give her hell and have you a good time. It doesn't have to be all family and whatnot.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. It's weird because this will probably be I want to say, is it? Well, I'll probably say this though. Since I've had the house to myself, this will be the first time I have not established a Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing a Super Bowl party this year. But that's one thing I used to enjoy. I still enjoy doing. But right now, I got to be an adult. Got to make sure the bills is paid. Make sure this is taken. Oh God.
Yeah, don't be fucks.
But so, favorite Super Bowl commercial. Out of every Super Bowl, what's your favorite commercial?
Out of all the Super Bowls, damn, dude. I haven't seen any. Like I've done my damnedest to stay away from anything that shows like the commercials being leaked and shit. I've tried to stay away from that on the internet in general. I've kept the TV off.
No. What is your any pastime Super Bowls? Like what's one Super Bowl commercial that stays in your head rent free?
Oh, honey, I forget all that shit.
Who do you feel as though does the best commercials?
The best ones normally come from like Budweiser, Progressive, Doritos, Allstate. Like they've always made decent commercials, but it's getting. I mean, what is it? 30 seconds is $10 million or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
My favorite one was the Bud Light commercial to where dude was sitting there watching the game. His wife was like, "Honey, I got on the red nightgown. Yeah, I'm putting down the satin sheets. Whatever. I got a bucket of Coors Light." All of a sudden, you hear the elephant. He starts running up the house there, taking all his clothes off, jumps on the bed, slides through the bed because she got the satin sheets, and goes right out the window. But before he gets out the window, he grabs like a thing of Bud Light and flies out the window.
I don't know. Puppy Monkey Baby was good.
And then the Doritos date night where the little kid was like, "Keep your hands off my mama and keep your hands off my Doritos."
I'm with you. But yeah, no, it takes forever to remember any of them. I had to be reminded of Puppy Monkey Baby. That was fucking fantastic. I forgot about that shit.
Now, besides the commercials, everybody bets. The Super Bowl is kind of like one of the biggest betting events in there.
That and March Madness.
Here's the popular bets that they have out there. So one, you got the bet for the coin toss.
Heads.
You also had the Super Bowl MVP.
Hold on. Let me get a piece of paper. Let me write these down right quick. See if I can get this right. All right. So what do you say? Coin toss?
So one is the coin toss.
All right.
Next one is Super Bowl MVP.
I'm gonna go Stevenson.
Then you had the Gatorade shower color. What color will the Gatorade be that they plan to coach with?
Let's see. The Patriots, it's probably gonna be fucking. You think fruit punch? I'm thinking fruit punch. All right.
And then who scores first?
Seahawks is gonna be the lemon lime. I'm gonna go red. What was that last one?
And who scores first?
Ooh, I mean, it depends on who wins the coin toss, really, because pretty much the Super Bowl really is like each team, they're running up and back. Like defenses might get a stop, but it is an offensive game.
Some games it is defensive, some games it is offensive.
But the way it plays out, it ends up being a defensive battle because the offenses can't get into any kind of rhythm, having to deal with all the stoppages that go on during.
All right. But again, that's the bet. Who scores first?
I'm gonna go Seattle.
Yeah, those are the most popular bets that's out there for the Super Bowl.
All right, I got mine down.
Now I'm gonna get away from the Super Bowl right now because I want to get into like I said, a little bit of the mock draft, and it's funny hearing this from Cam because I guess Dion had a message. He put something to his players. I think I had you listen to it last night, but I'm gonna play it again just so you can get to see what's going on with it.
Wear your old team's gear in this facility. That's disrespectful. That would be like your lady that you have currently wearing her ex stuff. That's how I feel about that. When I see you come into the cafeteria, you eat our food with your last teams on it. Obviously, if you want to stay there, you should stay.
Late to practice, $500.
I'm with him. I got nothing. You muted. Is that you? That's you.
Maybe that was my holder. Let me see if I can get it again.
Wear your old team's gear in this facility. That's disrespectful. That would be like your lady that you have currently wearing her ex stuff. That's how I feel about that.
Like I said, I'm with it.
Damn.
Play the good.
I don't know. So were you able to hear it?
Yeah. No, it was like you were muted before. Like
no,
were
you hearing the video? Were you hearing the video?
Yes.
I don't know. How come I can't hear it?
I heard it, but no, I'm with him. Like Dion's not wrong.
So hold on, let me go with the rest. Let me see if you can hear. I'm like, boys, I'm like, hold on, how can you hear it, but I can't hear it? Okay.
Wear your old team's gear in this facility. That's disrespectful. That would be like your lady that you have currently wearing her ex stuff. That's how I feel about that. When I see you come into the cafeteria, you eat our food with your last teams on it. Obviously, if you want to stay there, you should stay.
Late to practice, $500.
Love it.
No show practice, $2,500.
Love it.
Late to meeting or film sessions, $400.
Love it.
No show meeting or film sessions, $2,000.
Love it.
Late to strength and conditioning, $1,000.
Love it.
No show strength and conditioning, $1,500.
Love it.
Late to treatment, $1,000.
Love it.
And no show to treatment, $1,500.
Love it. And let me tell you why I love it and we need more of it. Because now times have changed. No longer can you really punish players by just threatening to say, hey, you gotta do the 5 a.m. workout. You gotta do the Saturday morning workout. That don't move you. What's gonna move you is them pockets.
No more bear crawl.
Ain't no more bear crawl.
Them Benjamin crawling out your pocket.
You talking about, oh, little baby, 4 pockets full. Shoot, you keep showing up late, it's gonna be 4 pockets empty. And the reason is, Coach Prime, former elite player, understand that that's how they roll in the league. We hold you accountable by your pockets. All these collectives, all these teams that are being left stranded because we done had an investment not produce, and you just think you're just gonna sit on that $300K. No, not today.
Bring it this way.
Understanding that it ain't punishment. This is accountability that these players have to understand. Because the unfair truth is that a lot of players are foreign to accountability. They get coached by a coach in high school that allowed them to do whatever they want to do. They're getting parented by parents that allow them to do whatever they want to do because they a 5-star recruit. They got a bunch of homeboys that's around them that ain't gonna tell them what it really is. Now you go into a situation where it got a little structure and we're gonna get some accountability. This ain't punishment, brother. My fault, I was late, or my bad, I'll be better. No. Yeah, you're gonna be better next time because you're gonna be a little bit more broker. And if that don't do it, you will be Control Alt deleted up on up out of here.
What's wrong with either of those? Like, I completely understand both of them. Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. I like Deion's motive. I like how Deion is working with these actual kids. He's showing them what to look towards when you get to the league.
Right.
Now, however, I don't think now it's more about winning or losing, but he's making these kids accountable for their actions. And I respect that as a coach. You really, whatever people say about Deion, I like it. In a way, he's kind of bringing that old school back, but he's kind of put his swagger to it. Because
right.
Like, okay, if you want to get this NIL money, you want to get this. We're gonna make you accountable for this money. Because if we paying for your services,
right,
then we gonna make you pay. Then you know if you ain't doing what we got to do, oh yeah, we gonna take your pockets.
Right. I ain't mad at him.
Deion, I don't know who you got that from, but I'm sure Diane Gelder does not like you taking her stuff away without her actual copyright infringement. Because that's a Diane Gelder move that she did with me. It was like, oh, you got a 1.8. Guess what? No basketball for 6 months. I ain't gonna take away your TV privileges because that ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna take away your basketball privilege. I'm gonna take away your basketball. As much as you love playing basketball, as much as you dream of being in the NBA, as much as you dream about making this basketball team, it's now being canceled. Oh, you made the team? Give your spot up and tell the coach why. Yeah, freshman year, I made the JV list, made it. That report card, put it this way. In my school at the time, the GPA to actually participate was 1.8.
Damn.
I was a 1.9. That was my first report card. Made the team. Mom said, "Give up your spot. I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you sit here and have a GPA at 1.8, and then you gonna make this team and be on this team."
Right.
Look. You know how they talk about, he playing with house cash. He get a shot next year. Man, I ain't made the team after that.
Oh.
I think my junior year. The only reason I made the team was because I wanted to work out with them. Just so I didn't have to stay. Just because it was like, okay, I got off school at 3.
Right.
Driver's ed didn't start till 5. So what I would do, I get my homework done, and I would chill out, in the gym and watch the basketball team play. So I asked the coach one day, I'm like, "Yo, coach, you mind if I work out with y'all, until I got to leave for driver's ed?" He didn't want to do it at first. Then I guess they were short a few players. He let me in. He see what I can do. Then he came. He was like, "Yo, I can't really put you on the team, but if you want to practice with us, I'll put you on the practice squad." Okay. After that was my only shot after making JV. But like I said, what Deion is saying, you can't get mad at that. I don't care if nowadays to where if you're with the NIL, if you're doing the NIL leagues, if you're making all this money because you're supposed to, it's basically like having a scholarship. It's the incentive of that, okay, you got a scholarship and you got your NIL money. So the NIL money the scholarship's taking care of your education. The NIL is giving you some extra money to have to where you can live a certain lifestyle as a college student. But I'm assuming with the NIL money, you still got to actually perform.
For now, until they actually pass it, they're fucking employees of the university, not students. Because at some point it's not they didn't go there to play play school. They went there to play football, went there to play basketball, whatever. They're going to be employees of the school, which technically makes them employees of the state at that point. So
now, what gets me with this NIL money, tax time is coming. Tax time is here. So, how do you file that? I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say, look, and I know I'm an accountant, but I'm about to look for that one. I'm about to go back to the tax time. I'm like, yeah. So, with these players that's doing these NIL deals, how are they being filed?
No, that's I-99. It's independent contracting.
The I-99.
Yeah, it's independent contracting.
Independent contract.
I had to fill it out when I was a parking lot pimp with my backpack and my perfume.
Because I'm about to say, the I-99 is what I get for my house. Ain't it?
Motherfucker, I don't do that shit. I married an Asian, so I didn't have to do math.
Well, put her on the phone. Let me talk to her then.
She don't know how to do it either. She let TurboTax do it.
Put her on there. Let me do it. I got to have some discussion with that one. I'm about to call my Aunt Glass on that. I'm like, Aunt Glass, I got a question. What these players doing?
I think I'm right.
I'm about to say she worked for the IRS. I know they did. I know they know about this. I'm about to say, I know they know about this. Let me see if I can get this right. Because
it has to be an independent contract, is what it has to be. And again, until they pass the things where they're actually employees of the thing, then it's a completely different tax write-up.
Because I know it's like if you get a gift, you can get a gift up to $35,000.
Whatever. The whole NIL is the other way too. The donors and whatnot are writing it off as a tax write-off.
Well, because the NIL technically is kind of like another scholarship. Because I'm assuming as long as you're playing the sport, you're getting the money. The same way with the scholarship, as long as you're playing that sport, they'll pay your school dues.
That's completely different than the place is getting taxed, not you.
Then that might be what it is.
But if the kids are getting the direct money, then it's on them to pay the taxes on it. Not
right. And like I said, that's when it comes to the NIL, that's the thing I'm looking at, because you're getting millions and millions of dollars in NIL deals, but it's something to where, okay, wait a minute. So when tax time comes, these kids, because some of them are, well, once you turn 18, you're considered an adult. So I'm like, so how do they file this? It's like, man, that's something I probably gotta use my accounting skills to look into. But the reason I bring this up, because the reason I brought up that stuff up is because you had the Senior Bowl. I got bits and pieces of it to watch it, and I was trying to figure out who was the top performers. I did bring out the draft. So they did provide a new draft of who's available. They feel as though who's going to be the top available person. Hold on, let me get it.
Okay.
Where are you?
I'm here.
There we are.
In Richwood. So
right now, here's the actual mock draft. So you still got Fernando Mendoza still going number 1. They got Ruben Bain number 2. Caleb Downs to the Cardinals. Jordan Tyson, I do definitely see that one being, because with Cam, I think that's what he's missing. He needs need to build weapons around him. So Jordan Tyson for Cam Ward would be something to look into. Francis Magua for the Giants, to where you get an offensive tackle. Spencer Fano, Vel Reese to the Commanders. I kind of understand it.
That'll help.
But I kind of wish I'm not. But me, I'm definitely feeling that they get a. I hope they get Jordan Love, but I understand defensively we do definitely need a younger linebacker, somebody that Wagner can mentor and take over. You got the Saints with David Bailey. The Chiefs getting Jeremiah Love.
That'll help.
I can't say I'm not a fan of that because I do feel as though that's something that they definitely need. And then they got I guess it's Keldrick Falk for the Bengals. We definitely can see this changing. Is there a favorite where you see to where you know what that's a good pick? They hopefully, if God gets them common sense, they need to actually keep that pick.
They all look like the teams with those players going there. They are going to help those teams. I don't know if them going to those teams is going to help them. From like Fernando Mendoza going to Vegas, he's going to be day one starter. Right. And like one of the Vegas's biggest problems is they can't protect. They got no line. So like you're gonna have this, baby face out there getting killed. Right. He's not gonna look anything like he did in Indiana.
No. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that because like I said, my thing is this: when you're looking at these players, to where you gotta remember they're playing great because they, what's the word I want to say? They got their weapons. This is what you're looking at. If this is what you're looking at, you're looking at the future. If you do this right, if I do this right, and if I give this kid the right weapons, give him the right protection, and I find the right person. Oh, this could be us. That's what I'm looking at the draft. When you look at these players from college and stuff like that, and their actual, performance, yeah, you're looking at their performance at the top of their game.
But the Kansas City pick with getting the running back, that's going to help them because they need help in that running back room. I don't know if it's just an injury thing or if the rest of the NFL is already caught up to Kansas City, and Kansas City either need to readjust or start over again.
It's the same thing. I want to say it's the same thing that happened with the Patriots. The Patriots, after a certain amount of time, yeah, they fell off.
No, it's because the Patriots got caught.
I'll tell you what.
The Patriots fell off because the Patriots got caught.
You call it what you want, but they had to rebuild, and they still got a few more Super Bowls out of it.
No, not really. After Brady left, they didn't get another fucking Super Bowl.
I'm talking about with Brady.
I'm talking about with Brady. No, they did fine. They got 6. That was gravy.
Yeah.
But once Brady left, there wasn't any of that anymore. It was a direct fucking fall off. That whole thing was it Belichick or Brady? At this point, I'm thinking it was Brady. But if they were cheating the whole time, you really can't call it that.
My personal opinion with that, I think it was both. Because granted, you can say, well, Belichick. No, it depends on I've always looked at the Patriots. They are a system team. When you have the right players in that system, yes. Brady was the last part. Brady was the last part of that system. Once Brady left, I'm not gonna say he was part. He was an important part.
He was willing to take a lot less money just to get them W's.
Well, not even that. He was, like I said, with that system, he was the main part of the system. Right. Now I gotta find another main part that fits that system. Now they did have it a little bit with Mac Jones his first year. Like I said, a little bit. Didn't say a lot. A little bit. Because originally they bought Cam back. Cam couldn't really do what he did. And then, they had Mac Jones. Mac Jones takes over the second year. And, after that, it just kind of fell off. And, it just, the system was done.
Didn't have his golden boy with fucking Tom Brady. Like, he had somebody that was legitimately, like, he fell in line and had that mentality. Yep, we're going to do this. The ones coming in after that didn't really have that.
So again, that I would say that falls more to the system. I need somebody to fit that system. Brady fit that system.
Right.
Now, people saying, well, he won one after the. Let's be real. It was the NFC South.
Him and Gronk won that Super Bowl.
I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna be honest. It was the NFC South. The NFC South wasn't like it was the greatest division to be in.
Doesn't matter. They got to the playoffs. They won against the teams they needed to win against to get to the Super Bowl. But that was Tom and Gronk that won that goddamn Super Bowl.
No, not Tom and Gronk. You also had Leonard to the running back. He did his thing. And then on top of that, you played like I said, for the Super Bowl, you played a young team to where, excuse me, I probably feel as though they felt they was going to run over it. No. Tom said, I still got some left. Gronk was more me party mode.
Right. Again, what Gronk did what Gronk was supposed to do in that Super Bowl. He got to the fucking white line right there at the end zone and just posted up like good center's supposed to. He was posted up.
It was more, look, I'll put you in the post, you catch it, and you just decide to run everybody over.
But
that was Gronk. That was always Gronk's game. Gronk's game was basically catch him in the post and basically truck stick whoever got in your way.
Right. He was bigger than 90% of the guys that were trying to.
Exactly. And then once he was done, he knew it was party time.
Right.
Where Rick James at?
With the even with the celebration for that one, fucking them legitimately almost losing the Super Bowl trophy into the ocean would have been fantastic. But no, that was a completed pass.
Oh man, you said it'd been a beautiful thing to lose Super Bowl trophy in the water.
They almost did, but Gronk caught it. We all right.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I seen the aftermath. Tom was faded.
Oh yes,
he was done. You gotta help me. You walk to.
It was a completely different fucking party down there in fucking South Beach than it was up in fucking New England.
Yeah, it was no snow.
Uh-huh.
Well, it looks like we got everything covered for this time. Once the Super Bowl, and I probably say we'll be back on next week.
Wait a second, who you got winning?
What?
Who you got winning?
I hate to say it. I'm with you. I'm going Pats. I just feel as though for some reason everybody's overlooking the Patriots, and because they're looking at the weapons that Seattle has with Jackson Smith and Jigba, with Kenneth Walker, with Cooper Kupp. It just seems as though they said, okay, he has that air attack. And because of how they actually beat the Rams, I think a lot of people are looking at it to where this might be, I'm not going to say be a slaughter fest, but I think what they're looking at to where is how is New England's defense going to be able to keep up with this type of offense?
Right. What's your score?
I think, honestly, this might be a game to where I don't want to say anything bad about Sam, but I think this is where I just got a feeling that we're going to see a lot of chink in Sam's armor. I really feel as though this is when we're going to see a lot of mistakes being made because Sam is playing in his hometown in California, because, this is his first Super Bowl and he's trying to be there for a whole lot of years. I just feel as though it's I don't want to say the pressure's going to get to him, but I do feel as though we're not going to see the best performance out of Sam Darnold. Now with Drake May, we've seen him play like crap.
Right.
And he's and it's kind of like, you know what? He might be due. And I think he might, if it comes to the actual defense, if the defense gives Drake that opportunity, I think he's going to be the one that actually takes it. If it comes to it, I would actually say, yeah, I will put Drake May as the MVP as well, because I think he's going to be the main offensive weapon. That's mine. Now,
what's your score?
Huh?
What's your score?
I want to say Pats by 3.
Okay.
So I say 21. I say 21-24.
All right, I got 32-21, but I'm there.
I got 20. I got 24-21. Pats win by field goal. MVP Drake May.
Okay. I got them written down. It'll be here next week. I took all them prop bets and I wrote down what I think is going to end up happening with them. So we'll see tomorrow night. I'll check them off. I'll see where we're at.
Now, next week, like I said, we'll talk about the Super Bowl. We'll also I'll actually bring up the NFL honors. You know, who won what. They already had it, but I want to kind of get our discussions on it about who you felt was it the right decision, who should have got it, who shouldn't have got it. So I'll definitely go to that.
Big ass cowboy hat. I will say
that. Hopefully, we're going to start doing our draft profiles with the Power Five in their divisions, and just kind of give a matchup. So, because the draft is coming up, we're going to get we have the combine first, and then we get to the draft. But I kind of want to get profiles on certain players. Everybody have profiles on certain players that might be a bit eligible for the draft. Look at the people that they had in the past, and try to get people that actually either are how the teams are to where we talk about them. So you already know the first team we're going to bring up is the Buckeyes. We'll have Chris from 11 Warriors back on. He'll let us know how he feels about what's going on with the players and the state of Ohio State ready for the football season. And like I said, this is for these dynasty owners. So we're doing the research for you. So that way, when your draft comes up to where you get these rookies, we're trying to give you the best sleepers. We're trying to give you the best players available so you can actually dominate this dynasty.
that. That sounds like so much work.
That's why I have no life.
God. All I do is play fucking video games. I got no life. But no, I am not putting I got enough to remember with work. I don't have time to remember all that.
That's why I'm doing it.
Thank you.
So again, everybody, like I said, if you like what you're seeing from us, hopefully you are. Whether you're seeing us later on the line and stuff like that. Again, if you have any questions, definitely go onto our Facebook site, That Fantasy Show. Put the questions down. Hopefully, I'll definitely get to it. And if we have the chance to actually put the questions out there on the to the world for you to ask, we're definitely going to do that. And other than that, we kind of got everything wrapped up. You got anything else to say, Bruce?
Go Pats. I know Brooklyn hates me right now.
All right, y'all. Y'all take it easy. Have fun on Super Bowl Sunday. Make sure if you're taking off Monday, make sure you got sick time or make sure you put in your vacation time. Peace.